Hey guys, Joe here, and here I am to discuss with you why you should buy brand new games when they are, of course, hyped and fresh, just right coming out of the bucket, just why you should get it right at the beginning. Now, I really do like to do this pretty much all the time. Every single game I've gotten for a few years, I try to get it the week of, and hopefully I can kind of explain to you a little bit. Now, I know a lot of people like waiting for critics, they like waiting to see how the game score, they like just watching the whole game through, but I hope some of these ideas or just some of these reasons can kind of help you. And I also do know that a lot of people just don't have the money at the time the game comes out, but if you do happen to have the money for whatever game you're wanting to get, I'd say these are some reasons why you should buy it straight off instead of just waiting a few months to buy the game. Now, the first reason why I say that you should just get it straight off is that you can experience it before anybody else. And this is really fun, especially when a new series comes out, like Yokai Watch or like Monster Hunter X. I guess that's not a new series, but it seems very new. You can just play it before anybody else, and you kind of become the old wise master. People will ask you questions about it, and then you'll just kind of, you'll be the wise one within your group, and that's always really fun when you can tell people what to do. You can tell them how to play the game and just how to improve at the game. And I just feel like experiencing it first makes so you don't see as much spoilers online because, you play the game all the way through before there's much YouTube videos all the way through. So I really feel like experiencing it first just is a very good positive. The next thing is that you cannot cheat and just look through the whole game. So instead of cheating, a lot of people do, maybe not even cheating, but maybe just following walkthroughs the entire way. Instead of doing that and just getting kind of carried through the entire game, you'll actually have to look around the world, and that will make you actually, kind of pay a lot more attention to people in the world. And once you pay more attention, you can kind of get hooked into the game a lot more. Now, I know this is with me a lot. When the new Call of Duty and Battlefield games come out and all that type of stuff, I usually do, in fact, skip the single player. And now that I look back at it, I feel pretty bad. On the newer ones, I have started to do it. When you play the single player of games, it kind of gets you into the game, and it lets you kind of just enjoy the game, and then you can go to the multiplayer and you'll be hooked for a while. This is what happened with me with Splatoon, exactly. I really like the single player, so now I'm hooked on the multiplayer. But within the single player, I couldn't really cheat, I couldn't really look up way too much stuff, so I had to look it up all by myself, had to look around the world a lot, and it was just quite a bit more fun. When you have to do it yourself, I feel like it's a lot more accomplishing, and I know some people just like to, skip through the entire world, but a lot of times you will want to complete the whole world before just looking it up. Sometimes you'll want to look it up, for some extra cheats at the end, but those usually won't come out for a few months, so there's that. Now, the next thing is that you can experience the world with no spoilers. This is one of my favorite things. Now, when I was playing through Xenoblade Chronicles, I saw quite a bit of spoilers. I played through it really late, it came out in 2012, I played it in like 2014 or late 2014, something like that, right before Smash Brothers came out, because I really wanted to get good at, just kind of no shulk, I guess you could say. But I already heard a lot of spoilers about that game, a lot about the world, a lot about the plot twists, and it really made the game not quite as enjoyable. If you play a game after there's all these spoilers out there, you'll just not really enjoy the plot as much. Sure, the multiplayer may be just as fun, but I feel like plot is the thing that really sucks you into the game, and if you do ruin the plot, or at least ruin the plot for you within the game, it can kind of make it a little bit hard. If you know all the spoilers, it's just not as interesting, and it won't really hook you quite as much. So that's a really good thing about getting a game early, is that it's really hard to have people spoil you. Even if people in Japan have had the game for a few months, if not a year, really, they don't talk way too much on US forums, so you have to actually look to be spoiled, not just randomly go on your YouTube feed and be automatically spoiled. Now, the next thing is that you can also play this brand new game with your friends. Now, this is considering that it's a multiplayer game. Some single player games you'll play with your friends, but let's just assume that this new game you are wanting is a multiplayer game like Pokken or something like that. Well, if you all get it at the very beginning, then you can all level up together, get better together, you can all just do everything together, really form a better relationship, and just have a lot of fun. If you do get a game very late into its livelihood, some of your friends will already have played it for months, some may have just barely started to play it, and you kind of have this mismatch of good and bad players, and it's really just not as fun as just having everybody be bad and get better together. So really, I'd say get the game early if you want to play with some friends. If a lot of your friends have it, if not all your friends, try to get it yourself also. It'll help you improve at the same rate of them, and then they really won't have to go easy on you when you do have to play them later on. And it just kind of makes it more fun for your friends and also for you, which is very enjoyable overall. Now, another thing I want to talk about is that you'll have a lot more time with the game than a lot of the other people that get it later on. So if something competitive pops up, you'll have a lot more game knowledge. Now, this happened with Pokemon quite a bit. A lot of people played it. Some people played it a lot later, but the people that played it earlier had a lot more competitive knowledge and could just do a lot better at the game. If you get a game early, you'll just know everything about it, you'll know the little inners and outers of it. You may not be the most competitive player yet, but you'll just kind of know exactly how the game runs, how everything works, so it'll just let you become a bit more of a competitive player, and then if a scene comes up, of course, you can just do better in that. You can use all your knowledge that you put together, just how the game mechanics work and everything, to put that all together, and hopefully you'll be able to do a lot more in competitive. This especially shows in Super Smash Brothers. The people that got the game very early, of course, seem a lot better than everybody else. And yeah, I did get the game really early. It was really fun. So I just say get it early because of this and all the previous stuff. And the final thing, this is the most important thing, this is the one that I think is really making or breaking getting it early, and why you should always get every single game you get early, or at least most of them, is that good or bad reviews haven't come out yet, so they will not ruin the experience or make the experience for you. Now, what I mean by this is that if a new game comes out, let's say Star Wars Battlefront, this new Star Wars Battlefront game comes out, and you get it right as the game comes out, you play it before there's any good or bad reviews, you look at all the graphics, you look at everything, you see how fun it is, and you just play and enjoy the game. But, let's say you get it a few months later, and critics gave it like a 3. Now, I'm thinking this game's going to do very well, but let's just pretend that critics gave this game pretty much a 3. They thought it was really bad, there was really bad balance, there was just a lot of bad things within it, it's just not quite as fun as everyone thought it would be. Well, once you already see that somebody else said that, critics say that, it's a really low-rated game, if you buy it still, you probably will not enjoy that game anymore. You'll really not have as much novelty fun out of it. And just seeing critics rate a game lowly will probably make you enjoy the game a lot less. Now, I know there's a lot of games I played as a kid that were rated, well, I didn't know they're rating at all early on, so I played them, enjoyed them, and then you look back and they're rated really badly. But you still enjoyed them because you didn't know that, and you just thought they were overall a fun game. And this is really the thing I think you really need to take away, is that at least if you're playing a game or something, if you're even getting it a bit later, don't look at too many people's ratings about the game, because it will kind of ruin the experience if they are negative ratings. Now, if they're positive ratings, of course, they'll make the experience better, but the chance that that game could get really negative ratings just kind of does ruin it a little bit for me, and just kind of makes me think I should get it at the beginning, enjoy the game, and if I figure it out it's just not quite a good game, I'll already have had a few months of fun before I just kind of throw it to the wayside. But this is all just my opinions. In the comment section below, make sure to tell me what you think. This is why this is a discussion video. Tell me if you think you should get the game early, or if you think you should wait, you should look at reviews, and you should do all this type of stuff. Because, there are quite a bit of reasons why to do the other way. But this is just what I personally do. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.